and welcome to Trashy Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and a look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I am your host.
My name is Cassandra. I'm your other host. Hello.
Good morning, or afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're listening. How are you?
I'm letting them answer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Cool. Good. Glad you're feeling that way. Or bummer you're feeling that way. It's kind of a choose your own adventure. Like choose whatever answer works for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, and that's the end of that conversation.
Shut up now. Listen to us. I'm all right.
Okay. I am feeling a type of way. Like I evolved out of being a farmer, but I am still up at the crack of dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And it has me feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. I made a decision. So if you're listening to this, the wedding's already happened, but there's a wedding happening on Saturday. One of my very best friends, shout out Ashley Snyder, she's getting married. And I made the decision to not shave anything until this morning because I was like, it's easier to shave if it's like all there, you know? I don't know where that logic is.
Do you have shears? Like, are you? This feels like you've let the sheep grow out, and you're like, I'll shave it all.
Well, there was matting, but
oh God, damn it!
No, I mean, look, I'm Hispanic. The hair she grows, and so I was actually disappointed by my legs. I was really hoping that they would look masculine by the end of it. They just kind of looked horrible. And by the way, if you don't shave your body hair, no, like more power to you, no judgment. Obviously, it is what it is. I personally choose to shave my body hair. And so I had to wake up at 5:30 this morning because I knew that we had to record, and I was like, I need time to to do it. I don't know, to do it. It was a lot of fucking work. I mean, I'm sore from the positionings and everything that I had to do, but smooth.
Is your wedding dress long or short?
You can see my pussy in the wedding dress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I had to shave it. Yeah,
you got to shave everything.
No, it's a long dress.
Okay,
but I just feel like the way that the deep dark chocolate brown that my hair grows in, you catch a fucking ankle in that, everyone's gonna be like, Jesus. It's noticeable. It's like a different shade from my skin color. And so I think that it was just important to me. Plus there's a big slit. Oh no, I don't have a slit in my dress. Whatever. It's best that I did it. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. Well, why are you trash this week?
So speaking more on this wedding, me and Ashley, and we had a roommate, like the three of us, we all lived together. The roommate, shout out Noelle Urbano. And so Noelle and I are going to be performing a speech together tonight at the rehearsal dinner. We have not written a word yet, which is not good. We haven't had time. We're going to write it on the way, whatever. I know you said right before we started recording, speak from the heart. It's a no from me, dog. I need it. Speaking from the heart ends with me in tears or with me saying some shit that's embarrassing that the bride probably didn't want me to say. So I've decided to do a historical trash and get one out of my system.
Okay.
So we all live together. And at one point, Ashley accidentally broke her foot. Who breaks their foot on purpose? And so she was in a cast for a while, and we noticed that we were all single. We noticed that in a cast, she was, for lack of a better term, pulling more ass than normal. I mean, she's a beautiful person. It's not like she had a problem before, but we were like, there is something to this broken angel, this bruised angel. And so we went to Masa and Echo Park after she filmed something, and I think she filmed in the cast, but like it was like done web series style, so like you couldn't see the fact that her foot was broken. And she met a co-star, and she said that they were flirting, whatever. So we were like taking back the carafes of wine at Masa, like really just that was a good place to just treat yourself like a king or a queen without spending too much money. So we were pretty drunk. And then her co-star texted her, kind of like, hey, it was nice meeting you today, like whatever. And her and I, when I tell you that we like record scratch, like screamed the entire restaurant quiet to look at us.
Oh my God.
And she worked there at the time, by the way. Like, she did, but then she had a cast, so she wasn't working there, but everyone knew her. So we were like, ah! Like people thought that like something happened to our table, and like everyone turned and looked at us, and it was all over this text message because we were so drunk. Anyways, cut to the rest of that night. I mean, blackout drunk. Me and my best friend and her cast, went to a couple bars, got dragged around. I think we left separate. No, we did leave separately, but like I don't remember that night. She barely remembers that night. I think the next morning I went to work. First thing in the morning for my brunch shift, I told my bosses that I was very sick and felt like I was on another planet. I was still drunk. I got us Jack in the Box, and we marked it down as another successful night in the books because, we were pretty trashy.
When you say was dragged around, I just picture like riding on the backs of large men around Echo Park, like piggyback style.
I mean, I have never done that because I don't like to be picked up. But I can't say, like, I wouldn't put money on the fact that if she's never been picked up and carried around Echo Park before, I would never, ever take that bet.
Right.
I mean, that was our 20s, I choose not to be picked up, but like if you're someone who gets picked up, you get picked up in your 20s for sure. Why are you trash this week?
Well, this isn't a true crime podcast, but I have a particular interest in true crime, and the Gabby Petito story has kind of swept the nation in a way. And if you don't know, a young girl went missing on a cross-country road trip with her ex-fiance, Brian.
Were they fiancés at the time?
They were ex-fiancés.
Oh, weird.
They had called off the engagement.
Been there. Never did a road trip with him, though.
Yeah. And she went missing. Her body was eventually recovered. He is now missing, allegedly. But the point of the story, if you're not familiar, this pretty blonde girl went missing. Now, 700 Indigenous women have gone missing in the same area where her body was found, and like nary a news coverage about any of it. And that's a whole separate discussion. We have pretty white woman syndrome in this country when it comes to missing people. But the point is, I sent my partner and a friend a folder of photos for if I go missing. Please let these be the photos that you share with the media. Don't. And that's so made this somehow about me in a way. And like, that's so trashy. But at the same time, I think that it's very important. And I told my partner, I said, listen, even if I go missing and it's by your hand, you still have the responsibility.
Do me this one thing.
Do me this one favor. It's your job to share with the media these photos.
I love that. And I think, is it trashy? Yes. But like, I think that you're forward thinking here because like, if you just leave that up to someone, God bless my partner's heart, but I bet he would put up some bullshit that he thinks is pretty. Like he likes pictures where I'm frowning.
Oh, what is this? An art house film in 1970s France? Get out of here!
Saying you put that picture out, ain't nobody's gonna look for me.
No,
she's pissed off. Yeah,
these curated photos that I have selected will make the nation become obsessed with me.
Yeah, I mean, you could even like sort them as to like kind of how or why people think you've gone missing. you
Uh-huh.
know, like to pull up different emotions, or like these are the photos that you're going to use for like kind of the flyover state news channels, and then this is the one that they're going to have you make sure that they're doing this one on KTLA, and
Right.
like, you know, this is kind of my international photo, like things like that.
Yes. Yes. This is what I want everyone in France to think of me as. This is what I want everyone in New York to think of me as. Like, I need my Oklahomies to feel a certain way about my photos.
Yeah.
100%. It's very important.
You do need to maybe have one where you're kind of looking like not as good, though, in case you get like sold into sex trafficking and something. That was
Yeah.
dark, but
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Let's get into our first story.
I'm sorry. I don't
from
want that to happen to you or anybody.
Thank you.
I just want them to be recognizable.
From a dark news source, foxnews.com.
We're starting off your morning weird.
Couple road trips in converted hearse nicknamed the Grim Sleeper.
Rather than take a car or an RV, this couple decided to road trip in a converted hearse. Shannon Orr and Ian Cameron from Warrington, UK. They drove across Scotland's north coast in their 1998 Volvo 960 hearse with their two dogs, Billy and Peanut.
Cute dog names, first off.
Oh, yeah.
I like it when dogs have people names, like Billy.
And Peanut.
Yeah. I know a couple Peanuts from back home, so a people name of itself.
That doesn't surprise me. There's a couple Peanuts in Oklahoma. Oh, Cousin Peanut? Yeah.
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 He had been the same since the accident.
Oh, God. You're really setting someone up to get in that kind of accident when you call him Peanut.
It's true.
Oh, Peanut. You know Peanut. Just back down at the lumberyard.
He got shelled pretty hard.
What's that?
Shelled. You know, like a peanut gets shelled.
Oh, fuck. I thought that was something that could happen in a coal mine. I don't know the industry in Oklahoma. Anyways.
The couple saw it on Facebook, and because it was something neither of them had seen before, they had to get it. They paid approximately £3,500 for the already converted hearse.
So that, yeah, they didn't do you watch these TikToks or these like Instagram people like doing van life and stuff, like these people didn't even do it. They just happened to like buy a hearse that was already done up.
Wild.
Would you do that? Like the van life thing?
Fuck no. I evolved hard into homes, into houses, into permanent residency. I'm not sleeping next to my stove. I'm not doing it. You can pay me to do van life.
Yeah. That's fair.
Sorry.
I mean, but you get to
aggressive.
You get to see the world.
Yeah, I can do that from a plane, from a train, from a car, where I sleep in hotels at night. Like, no.
Good for you.
Yeah. Would you?
No.
Okay.
Same answer.
Okay.
I mean, like, I think it would be cool for like we're doing a road trip after Christmas. Like, would it be cool, like, on this like 5-day road trip where we stop at hotels the whole way? Like, would it be cool to have like a van? I guess, but like, it would also just be fine if we just had a big SUV also, because I'm not gonna fucking sleep in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have, or like, if it's camping, like, that's when the RV comes in handy, and you don't camp for that long, so it's fine.
Right. I just don't get van life. And it's normally, I'm just going to say this, I feel like it's normally rich people cosplaying poor people. Like, it takes a lot of money to convert a van, and like, minimalism cost a lot of money.
We have some friends who did van life. Like, they kind of did that as their honeymoon and just like kind of did it for a long time. This was like, I think, I don't know exactly when it was, but I think it was probably like at least 5 or 6 years ago. And now they are considering doing it again because they really loved traveling so much. And, you know, she's got her own YouTube thing with dumpster diving. So she already kind of makes her money that way anyways. And they're looking at vans because they don't have they sold the old van. Like, you know, they wanted to buy a house and stuff. And she says that now, because van life has become so popular, especially over COVID, like what used to be like a $4,000 kind of purchase, like these people bought their hearse for it translates to $4,826 US. What used to be that price is now like 10 to 30,000 to get a van, because
Oh my
so many
God.
people want to like hit it big on TikTok and do this.
Well, I wasn't trying to talk shit on your friends.
Oh no,
It's
I
just
don't fucking want to do a van life. Fuck that noise.
Just a personal preference.
Oh, of course. I mean, look, if you're listening to this right now from a van, like more power to you. You have different tolerance levels for things than we do, and who knows? Like, we might be able to tolerate different things.
Mm-hmm. You know what I couldn't tolerate?
Delivering 314 heavy packages at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
According to the dailyDot.com, Amazon worker quits in a viral TikTok showing how many packages they deliver to a single customer in a day.
So it's the text overlay is the day I quit Amazon deliveries, and this Amazon worker unloading more than 100 packages on a customer's front lawn, and the person who they were delivering to was like literally opening boxes as they were getting delivered because of space.
That is, I can't imagine 314 anything. Like that might be my total purchases on Amazon, like lifetime total.
I mean, in quarantine,
Maybe in a year. Yeah,
maybe in a year. I felt like there's a time where I was getting something almost every day because I wasn't leaving my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good look.
No. He told him that he still works at Amazon, but he is a dispatcher rather than a delivery driver.
Yeah, so the video has like over 3 million views, and there was a clarification that there was an error in the system that delayed the deliveries, because normally like this kind of thing would be split between different drivers, but it went wrong, and so that's how it all ended up on this one person. But like it's still like kind of shocking. Like, did this person order 314 things like on one day, or I'm concerned for both parties here.
Yeah. I don't know. This article mostly talks about Amazon's working style.
Right.
Like there's no bathroom breaks allotted for delivery drivers. You know?
Yeah. And I feel like if I had that many packages coming and I saw that the driver seemed to have a lot of them, like, is it crazy that I would have offered to help?
No, it's like a human element of it.
Yeah, like I would have, or maybe just said like, hey, you don't need to walk them all the way up to the door, or like something. I would have felt so embarrassed. Like I wouldn't have started opening them.
Yeah, hey, I'm going to return half of these, so just leave them on the lawn.
No kidding. Yeah, it says that they said it's true that we get a lot of packages some days, but mostly it's the apartments that make people quit. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I got a fucking speaking of Amazon, I got an email this morning saying changes to your Prime grocery benefits for Whole Foods Market and grocery delivery. Apparently, starting on October 25th, delivery orders from Whole Foods will include a $9.95 service fee. And this service fee helps to cover operating costs so we can continue to offer the same competitive everyday prices in store and online at Whole Foods Market. Look, I'm not fucking getting Whole Foods delivery, but get out of my face that you need to tack on a $10 fee to every Whole Foods delivery in order to remain competitive. Like literally, Jeff Bezos makes $10 in less than a second.
Mm-hmm.
More than $10 in a second. Like the absolute nerve that they're trying to tack on any fees is ridiculous. Amazon should be free because it should be free at this point because Jeff Bezos has enough money.
100%. 100. Yeah, I can't disagree. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
You know who got pretty fucked up?
Coming to us
It's okay. Coming to us from KTLA.com. Man and female inmate charged after drug-fueled drone lands in OC jail.
Man, they thought they were so fucking smart.
We've learned our lesson about drones, people. They're highly visible, they're loud. You can't just drop in drugs from a drone.
They're so loud.
My dad loves a drone. He has several home drones that he'll fly around, and I'm like, I will swat that thing out of the sky.
I haven't met your dad, but I can see that. Oh my God. I have a new Instagram follower, by the way. Tina Curry started following me on Instagram yesterday.
Okay, she's been on a spree of following my friends. I guess I should call her more because she's following all my friends to see what I'm up to.
I'll never fucking tell.
Okay, thank you.
So a female inmate and a Costa Mesa man are facing charges after working together to try to smuggle drugs into an Orange County jail using a drone. Megan Elizabeth Donovan, a 30-year-old from Fountain Valley, is accused of calling Chetty Cody Smart on a jailhouse phone on Sunday, directing him on where to land the drone inside the Theo Lacey facility in Orange. And he loaded a drone with 2 grams of heroin, 4 grams of methamphetamine, 15 Xanax pills, and 15 muscle relaxers.
That's okay, drugs are bad, but that's not very much. If you're thinking about distributing, or if you're thinking about even for personal use, that's not very much, right?
I'm going to ask Google right now. Is a gram of drugs a lot? Okay. It says most U.S. drug arrests involve gram or less. That makes me feel like it's not that much. Yeah, I mean, it was probably... There's probably a reason that it wasn't that much. It was maybe they were trying it out to see if it would work. You know?
Yeah, this is a test run. That would make sense.
Yeah. But this drug-laden drone crashed in the grassy area inside the jail, and it was discovered Tuesday by an inmate worker who alerted guards.
Good for them. Good for being honest. May part of your sentence be commuted, unless you did something horrible.
Yeah. It was discovered by murder or rapist inmate who alerted guards and said,
"Oh no!"
Okay? Well, I mean, you said it.
I know. Now I feel conflicted.
I mean, they're a snitch. So,
do you know what happens to snitches?
Stitches.
Oh my goodness! Speaking of has me in stitches.
Oh.
Our next story from Vice.com. Unvaccinated TikTokers are calling themselves purebloods.
They sure are.
And this is at its best, a Harry Potter reference. At its worst, a
Nazi thing.
A Nazi thing. Why? At its best, we're talking Harry Potter.
Yeah. So famously anti-trans author J.K. Rowling, writer of beloved children's novels Harry Potter, this is all in case you don't know. Who doesn't know? There's a thing where if you're a muggle, that means you have no magic, and then everyone else has magic, but there is a derogatory term called mudblood, which means that you're a witch born from muggles. So I think witches and wizards that are born from other witches and wizards are referred to as purebloods, but all the pureblood people are villains.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they might not be Ron Weasley is not a villain, but the people who refer to themselves as purebloods are villains.
Right. And it draws parallels to the Nazi doctrine of the master race.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, tough time for Harry Potter fans, I think, right now, the past few years.
Yeah, when your author famously comes out as very anti-trans,
Very anti-trans.
very TERF, which is trans exclusionary radical feminism.
Yeah.
And now you're calling yourself a pureblood?
Yeah.
Like somehow that makes you superior?
You got your theme park and you flew too close to the sun, Harry Potter fans, because now
Yeah.
look at you.
You Icarused it.
Yeah. And some say, well, Icarus still flied? Fuck off. But
I'm gonna let you work that one out.
Thank you. But yeah, this is gross. Don't ever refer to yourself as pureblood ever. I don't think.
Vaccines are free. They're safe. That's end of list. Like, and they should be mandatory. I'll say it.
Also, like, if you've had a Mountain Dew in your life, is your blood okay? Like,
Oh,
ultimately.
how many hot dogs have you eaten?
Oh, I love a hot dog. We all know this.
I know. I love one too. That's why I got the vaccine.
You had to. I have to be admitted into the hot dog eating contest.
Speaking of hot dog eating contest, let's get into our next story from adweek.com.
Oh, cool.
Postmate delivers giant food to LA, bringing your cravings to life.
The activation expands on Mother LA's When All You Can Think About Is Think About campaign. Oh, it's those commercials where like someone's like licking a mattress on the side of the road because all they see is pizza. It's like when all you can pizza is pizza, or all you can think. You know what I'm fucking saying?
Yeah. So when all you can food is think about, they brought this ad campaign into the physical world. The brand, which calls LA its biggest, most important market, has created an experimental activation this month with larger-than-life renderings of food items that may become their own tourist destinations. So if you've been to Echo Park Lake recently, you might have seen one of the swans. It was turned into a giant chicken.
Like a roasted chicken.
Like a roasted chicken.
Who the fuck is ordering a rotisserie chicken off of Postmates? That seems like an ad for Costco.
Mm-hmm. They also have 10-foot tall soy sauce packets.
That's fun.
Just think about the sodium content.
I mean, hello. There's also a giant piece of salmon nigiri making its way around Santa Monica, Venice Beach, and Culver City in West Hollywood.
I mean, if it makes you hungry, it makes you hungry.
Yeah, I think this is fun. I like cartoonishly large pieces of food. I don't love Postmates. I don't know.
It's a love-hate with them.
Can't we just have nice things? But we can't because these companies abuse people. You know, it sucks because it is nice to have Postmates. I mean, last week I talked about the takeout trot, which is not what I called it, but I should have. It's such a better takeout sprint is what I call it.
Takeout sprint, yeah.
God, damn it. You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
The next story.
100%.
According to nypost.com, the activist pulled by CBS after barrage of social media activism. There's a CBS competition series that was supposed to be hosted by Usher, Priyanka Chopra Jones, and Julianne Ho, sparked a barrage of backlash online last Friday. In response to the rampant criticism, the network is reworking The Activist, which is, Hollywood talk for canceling that shit.
So CBS revealed Wednesday in a joint statement with production partners Global Citizen and Live Nation. Now, I'll tell you that I used to work for one of these three entities named, and I used to tweet. I can't say. I had to sign an NDA. Never mind.
Oh, fuck.
I used to work for one of those three entities, and I used to tweet for high-profile people, and it was real fun, and probably the closest I'll ever be to them.
So, outspoken actress, that's how she's described in this article, Jamila Jamila wrote, couldn't they just give the money it's going to take to pay this unbelievably expensive talent and make the show directly to the activist causes rather than turning activism into a game and then giving a fraction of the much needed money away in a prize. People are dying. I mean, this is a good ass point. Like, just keep it to the way you were doing it before, where fucking celebrities go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and that shit goes to charity. Like, it's stupid.
It's stupid to turn activism into that kind of competition.
Did Julianne Hough do blackface once? Am I remembering that?
It's Juliana Hough, I believe. And yes, she did do blackface 100%. She dressed up like Orange is the New Black characters and did
Crazy
blackface.
Eyes. What's her name? I mean, she's apologized for it. I just happen to be remembering that in this moment.
Yeah. She 100%.
At like a Hollywood Halloween party, like not that long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the article. Doy. Jeez. Well, there you go. Do you know how it was supposed to work, the activist?
Yeah, they were to bring on, these activists to come in, and basically they were going to campaign for their charity through competitions. And so
jeez Louise.
Yeah, it was like performative work and would have promoted pseudo activism over real activism and felt very tone deaf, is the summary given in the article.
Hey man, CBS, you tried.
Speaking of you tried it, let's get into our next story from Vice.com. Millions watched this YouTuber raise a pet pig. Then he shared his dinner. Dun, dun, dun. Wait, hold on. I have a cue for this. I have a sting.
What was
maybe that was a sting. That was dramatic piano music. Maybe it worked. Maybe it didn't.
It just made me wish that we always had something in the background while we were talking. Maybe we need to get picked up by a bigger network. And by that, I mean
any network. Yeah.
Not any network.
Yeah, that's fair. The heartwarming videos took a dark turn, or so we thought.
Calby the pink piglet was treated like any other beloved pet. Despite its tongue-in-cheek name, Calby means roasted short ribs in Korean, the pig was dressed in cute getups, swaddled in blankets like a baby, and then heartwarming videos of the pig earned the YouTube channel over 100,000 followers just following its debut.
But in between endearing shots of Calby, its owner flashed pieces of raw pork meat in the camera, a reminder of the YouTuber's purported goal to eat his pet after 100 days.
The 100-day countdown ended September 1st, and the owner posted a video of him pulling a pig carcass from a cardboard box, then seasoned the meat and cooked it. Calby was all but presumed dead.
Here's the thing. I raised pigs growing up. I exhibited pigs. Like, I would raise them from babies, show them, and they were judged with the knowledge that at any time, or like at the end of the season, they were to be slaughtered. And so I would name them cute stuff like bacon or ham.
Right.
I'm just sharing a personal story. No comment on this story.
I mean, look, I read the headline and said Erica definitely has experience in this. I just knew it.
Yeah.
So this guy now fears for his safety. His goal was to show that supermarket meat came from animals just as cute as Calby, and that people should choose to eat meat, but they should at least be appreciative of the animal's sacrifice. But did he do it? Did he eat the pig?
No. Calby is still alive and with us.
That's dumb.
A different pig was cooked for dinner.
I know. That's what makes it dumb. Like, and I mean, I've talked about how I'm not really eating meat, although I am going to incorporate poultry back in my diet.
Okay.
I just need to. I'm not getting enough protein. I've tried to do my macros, and I'm like, fuck.
Just not getting them in.
No, it sucks. But, I wouldn't raise a chicken on a YouTube channel, talk about how cute it is all the time, and then fucking make everyone watch me eat it.
I mean, we each have our own brand of activism.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. Hold on. You know what? That one.
What the fuck? Where did you get these stings? And why are we hearing about this now, halfway through the podcast?
I don't know. I just found them and I love it.
I mean, look, I'm all for us getting closer and closer to becoming just like a radio show.
Oh my goodness. Let's get into our next story from PennLive.com.
Man, charged with felony, jailed on $50,000 cash bond for 43-cent theft.
Jason Sobolowski stopped at a convenience store in Perry County last month where he saw a sign for 20-ounce Mountain Dew bottles, 2 for $3. He grabbed a bottle, slapped a $2 bill on the counter, and walked out.
So he slapped $2 on the counter. It's really important that you clarify that because the story gets a lot weirder if he had a $2 bill.
Uh-huh. What he didn't know was that a single bottle cost $2.29, not $1.50. So he had shorted the store 29 cents plus tax, or 43 cents total.
Oh my God.
The store then called the police and tracked him down. The Pennsylvania State Police officers charged him with a felony, locked him up on a $50,000 cash-only bond. He's facing the possibility of up to 7 years in prison.
I mean, what?
For 43 cents.
This is stupid.
Well, his first theft conviction occurred more than 10 years ago and involved a tank of gasoline. He drove off without paying. In December in 2011, he was arrested for stealing a pair of shoes from Kmart in Cumberland County that cost $39.99. So maybe he has a history.
Well, but for that crime, he paid more than $866 in fines and fees and was sentenced to 3 months in jail for a probation violation. But this guy is homeless.
Ugh. This is like heartbreaking that they would press charges over 43 cents.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, so it's a felony because he has 3 other instances of stealing?
I believe so, yeah.
I just can't believe that, like, the person working would have called the police over that. Like, if something gets stolen in LA, like, your car could get stolen and you might never even have a face-to-face encounter with a police officer.
Oh, 100%.
They'll just be like, okay. Yeah, okay. Sure. What kind of car is it? Okay. Like, call us in like 3 days. And if we didn't find it, then talk to your insurance.
We'll put a bolo out on it.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll do our best. It's like, it's just crazy to me. Meanwhile, these cops were like, 43 cents. Or rather, this store person was having a fucking bad day.
And they declined to comment on why they pressed charges over something so minimal.
I mean, yeah. It's one thing if you're like, this homeless guy comes in here all the time and whatever, like, I just want to call the police and have them talk to him and maybe he'll go away and he won't do this anymore. Mm-hmm. Maybe they didn't realize that it was like going to be this big of a deal, but like, if they press charges, they press charges. You don't have to press charges just by calling the police, do you? I don't know how the law works. I'm not a lawyer.
Not a lawyer. Full disclosure, in case you thought this was a law podcast and you've listened thus far, we are not lawyers and this is not legal advice.
We've said it before and we'll say it again. Everything that we say comes with a nice allegedly in front of it.
Whether that's legal or not, again, we're not lawyers.
That's a good thing to have, just like a allegedly or something like that.
I wish we had an allegedly stamp.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of the law and what not to do.
According to MSN.com, Indiana man called 911 over and over to say that he was tired.
And dispatch got tired of dealing with him.
I can see.
Thank you.
Thank you, the writer who wrote that from MSN.com. I can see a reality where maybe me minus like some therapy and like some logic and a lot of things would be dramatic enough to call 911 because I felt so tired.
Well, Daniel Schroeder, 61, was taken into custody for doing just that. He made 4 calls over the course of the evening stating he was tired.
He made the calls during the day. He pled guilty to misuse of the emergency system. And he said that he was with a relative who was not following his rules, which was part of the reason why I guess he was being tired. I don't know. But they gave him a 6-month sentence in jail so that he does not call 911 unless it's an emergency. I'll tell you what, 6 months in jail, that's enough time to rest, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, jail sounds like no joke, no breaks. No, not fun. Schroeder was charged earlier this year with possession, leaving the scene of a crash and operating a vehicle while intoxicated after allegedly driving drunk through a cemetery at nearly 3 times the legal limit, only to do damage to a minimum of 4 headstones.
Wait, bury the lead?
Yeah.
Can you imagine driving drunk through a cemetery, bailing on your car, like hit and run on some headstones, and then you didn't get arrested? Maybe he was just feeling guilty. Like when he's like calling, like, I'm tired, and then they would hang up. But he was like, the full sentence was, I'm tired of dealing with the guilt that I got off on doing that really bad thing. Will you please arrest me?
I'm tired. I need to confess.
Yeah. You can walk to the police station with that, you know?
Speaking of, I'm tired.
Well, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Because it's time for the dumpster fire of the week.
Hallelujah.
This one comes to us from the Daily Beast, and I am so excited to say that this is a Real Housewives article that I can actually speak on because it is the one that I watch. It's Salt Lake City, baby.
The Real Housewives star, Mary Cosby, is accused of running a cult, and ex-church members say yes, she is.
7 former Faith Temple members told the Daily Beast about Mary Cosby's alleged cult, claiming she instills the fear that if anyone leaves, they will be condemned to hell. I mean, that sounds like normal church.
It's talking about leaving her church specifically, not the church in general.
Okay.
The Bravo's Real Housewife franchise has always been about drama. Petty digs at so-called best friends, mascara-streaked tears over crumbling relationships, and a healthy dose of flipping tables and smashing wine glasses. But recently, season storylines have been taken over by serious criminal investigations, with Teresa Giudice serving prison for financial fraud, Jen Shaw facing charges over conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering, and Erika Jayne currently entangled in allegations that her husband embezzled client settlement funds to bankroll their extravagant lifestyle.
Teresa Giudice, that's New Jersey?
Correct.
New Jersey. Jen Shaw is Salt Lake City. Erika Jayne is Beverly Hills?
Yes.
Look at me go!
I'm very proud of you.
Woo!
Eyebrows were raised the moment viewers met Mary Cosby in season 1. We learned about her unconventional religious path. The eccentric designer-clad preacher married her step-grandfather, Bishop Robert Crosby, shortly after her grandmother, Rosemary Mama Redmond Cosby, passed away in 1997, thereby inheriting her multi-million-dollar estate, her various businesses, and her commanding position in the church.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, I think this is why I like this franchise specifically, the Salt Lake ones, is because this is crazy shit. Like, I don't know what I'm watching, but yeah, you were just introduced first episode. Like, by the way, this is one of the housewives. Her name is Mary, and her husband used to be her step grandpa.
Yes.
Let that
all
one
on the table.
Yeah, and like also like she doesn't really like love him she says she loves him, but basically the only reason that she married him was because her grandma, the leader of the church, told her that she needed to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that.
And she said she was on her period for the first month and a half they were married, so they wouldn't have to consummate the marriage.
It's weird. It's a weird fucked up thing, to be honest.
They do have a son together,
Yeah.
Robert Jr.
They also have like a shit ton of houses, and Mary has a lot of designer clothing. And I feel like that raises anyone's eyebrows when you see someone who's the head of a church with that much expensive stuff.
Again, I'll throw it to the Instagram account Preacher Sneakers that showcases these large mega church leaders who wear designer clothing.
Yeah. So there has been already kind of like things about her maybe being a cult leader because there was like leaked audio recordings of her sermons, including where she complained about not getting enough birthday cards and calling the congregation stingy and poor. And she denied all that. She says, my church couldn't possibly take care of me. I'm a God-fearing woman. I would never do that. Clearly, I'm not going to get on national television, be a housewife, and be in a cult. Like, come on, I believe in my church. There's no cult.
But in the season 2 trailer of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, her co-star, Lisa Barlow, is meeting with the Salt Lake City community leader, Cameron Williams, who states unequivocally, is it a cult? Yes. Does she call herself God? Yes. Williams, however, declined to comment to the Daily Beast when approached for comment.
So, yeah, there's of 7 former Faith Temple Church members, there were 6 who agree with the claims that Cosby's been operating her church like a cult. And she refers to herself as God, encourages members to work at her family's various businesses for free or minimum wage, berates congregation members from the podium, instills fear that if anyone ever leaves, that they will, for another church, they'll be condemned to hell. Her own uncle believes that she's running a cult and that the grandma would think it was an abomination.
He says, everything's coming out to light now and everything's coming down. Damn.
So on the first episode of the second season, they are recording a podcast. Like she's recording a podcast with a couple of the congregation members, and it is so fucking bizarre to watch. Like,
and my question is, were those microphones plugged in? Because you cannot find that podcast online.
Like something like, or maybe it was going to be posted, but she's got a publicist who was like, no, keep that in your church. Like, you can't put this out there like that. This is too crazy. So I don't know. I mean, this, she's probably one of my least favorite on that cast, because she just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Although I'm not, who cares how they rub me, I guess. But this just doesn't feel surprising.
Right. It's pretty wild. Everyone should watch The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and judge for yourself.
It's good shit.
It's good shit. Are you hoarding anything?
I am hoarding garden salsa sun chips.
Ooh, speak on it.
So I don't know why, but these seem to live at the office where my partner works at for the production that he's on right now. Whatever PA puts the food out for the office, like this PA buys these sun chips in a pack. And so every day for the past few days, my partner will bring me a bag of these chips. I didn't ask for them, nothing. He just took it upon himself one day, saw that little bag, that individual bag of garden salsa sun chips, and brought it home for me. And I got so excited. And so he's just been doing it continuously. So I think it's just like sweet, and there's an emotional attachment now. And also they're just like super good. It's a red bag. I don't think I could trust myself with a big one. I think I'd eat the whole thing. I definitely need the individual size.
Hell yeah. That sounds yummy.
What are you hoarding?
I'm hoarding the movie Malignant.
Oh.
It's a new horror movie. It's available in theaters and on HBO Max.
Okay.
But it is so good. It's by the director James Wan, who did some of the Fast and the Furious movies that like made the franchise good.
You love them.
Love them. It's camp. It's high art. I highly recommend watching Malignant. Get a little impaired. that'll make it fun for you.
Is this a horror movie? Because I don't know anything about it, but like it looks like a scary movie just from the poster.
Yep, okay. It's a horror movie. Yep.
I mean, we're almost at that spooky season.
I know. It's so fun. Are you throwing anything away?
I am. I've come for Target before, and I'm coming back to you, bitch. Target jewelry? How dare you?
Uh-huh.
Like, it's too expensive for what it is why I'm throwing it out. Like, don't sell me Forever 21 quality at, like, a nice boutique's clearance section's price.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you out of your fucking mind, Target? Do you not know who you are?
Mm-hmm.
I found a pair of earrings at Target that were so cute, and they were $15 fucking. Like, I'm not paying $15 for some earrings that I know are going to fall apart, like, after the second time I wear them.
Yep.
That's Forever 21. I mean, there's big problems in fast fashion, and I just can't get to them right now, but I know I'm aware. But, like, you spend $3.99 or maybe $6.99. That's fucking high. But, like, that's what you spend on earrings that aren't, if you're lucky, they'll last forever for some reason, but most likely they're going to break after, like, the first couple wears, or if you, like, leave them in your purse wrong.
Uh-huh.
And Target is just thinks that they're fucking better than everyone else and thinks that they can come up and charge like close to $20. Are you kidding me? For a mass-produced item? Like, you pay that when you go to a small boutique because you're buying from a small business who, like, maybe only sells there or maybe online only. And it's probably better quality. Get the fuck out of my face, Target. Mm-mm. 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 What are you throwing out?
I'm throwing out day of rescheduling.
Ooh, sorry. I know now. Now I know why you think, why you're saying that this has nothing to do with me.
This has nothing to do with you, Cassandra. I'm talking about big box stores, deliveries. If you tell me something's going to be delivered by 10 p.m. on a Wednesday and then it doesn't arrive till a Friday, I don't think that's a good way to do business. And it annoys me and it messes up. And it just, I don't like a day of reschedule. Give me a later estimate and then surprise me with an early delivery.
Yeah, I mean, I get that because you order something off of maybe Amazon that you need the next day and maybe you don't have time to go and get it. But, like, if you would have known it wasn't going to come the next day, you would have made time to go and get it in person.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Erica, before the podcast, warned me that what she was throwing out had nothing to do with me. It had something to do with this delivery, and I didn't understand what that meant. But admittedly, I had to cancel recording yesterday because I was having a hard day at work, and you guys would have gotten a different podcast. So,
oh my goodness! Well, now, where can the people find you?
At Cass Cardenas on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me on the Nooner Podcast and the Smodcast Network. And that's it for now, but maybe in a movie in November. Bye. Where do they find you?
At Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram or at Gillygal on Twitter. And you can find this podcast at Trashy Trashy Podcast, Trashy Trashy Pod on Instagram and on Twitter, or at our website, www.trashytrashypodcast.com, where you can submit a story to us or why you're trash via the contact form on the website.
Mm-hmm.
As always, we love you, baby trash cans.
We love you, trash cans.
Hey, Cass.
What's going on, girl?
Stay garbage.
You stay garbage, girl.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.